Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And, I'll, yeah, you know me. I've got a problem with authority. And the main reason is they're not, they think of themselves more than they think of me. I mean, that's all the authority that I've seen. That's the way it is. That's where I came up with the phrase, most of the time the majority is wrong. Majority of the time, majority is wrong. And you know, and so, and I tell you, I know a lot of people think I'm full of BS, but I tell you, I'm really full of common sense. I like to think. I don't blindly follow. And the thing that's been getting to me is I hear about the masks, and now I guess some places they're making people wear a mask. You know what I mean? Now, if let's just stop and look back. All these so-called experts have not really been doing too good. I said also, there's been enough time, there's data. We can look back and look at the data. And you notice they don't want to look at, the numbers that really do exist. They just try to throw in your face, well, somebody died today, and like there's days that people don't die, so, but it's making me think. I thought, you know, why are these people wearing a mask? Well, and I've said, if you're wearing a mask because you think that you need that for some kind of protection, then hey, that's your business. None of my business. You start telling me, then it doesn't work. It just doesn't work that way. Now, the one thing I keep thinking about, you got to remember, I do Hoi Chi, and Hoi Chi is energy, and I look for blockages in the energy, and I open these blockages. Then I have to figure out, why do you have these blockages? And I say, I don't tell people things that they don't already know. It's just we choose not to think about it. And the mask is a good example. Okay, you wear a mask. Now, the mask covers your nose and your mouth, and it's supposed to be so, you don't get any of those nasty germs coming in. Okay, now I have gas masks, and I have them in all my vehicles. One, why? One, it's for the driver. Because if we're in a situation where you can't breathe the air, I want the driver to get us out of this because we don't want to be here. So now that's the same thing with the mask. When you're wearing this mask, you think you're getting protection. Now, you might be if you're in some kind of a dangerous area. I was talking about the gas mask. I mean, if you can't breathe, you shouldn't be driving. So you give it to the driver so then the driver can get us out of here. Now, the thing is, I don't think people really understand how to breathe, and what happens when you breathe. This is what I talk about when I'm doing Hoi Chi, because I've got to figure out what's going on. Okay, now when you're covering, now remember when you're supposed to breathe through your nose. And when you breathe through your nose, you suck the air in through your nose. When you do that, it puts humidity into the air that you're sucking in. And it goes into the lungs, and, it does all of this, it's putting oxygen in your blood. Remember, we need oxygen. And that's what it is. It's putting it in the blood. This is why pop is no good. I tell people, well, pop's no good. and I tried to figure out what kind of pop. But now I'm getting too much like a chemist or a scientist trying to figure this stuff out. And that's not the point. The point is, why isn't pop good for you? Well, because it's got carbonation. And carbonation is the lack of oxygen. Okay. So now, so when you breathe in, you're breathing in the oxygen. When you breathe out the carbon dioxide, that's the way you're supposed to breathe. And now when you're covering it like that, now what you're doing is you're breathing in and you're blowing out, and you're breathing in, you're blowing out, you're breathing in the crap that you've been trying to blow out. You're breathing it in. And that's carbon dioxide. So you're breathing in carbon dioxide. So now you're putting carbon dioxide in your blood instead of oxygen in your blood. So in other words, the longer you wear your mask, the more unhealthy it is for you. Matter of fact, when I'm trying to think about it, I'm trying to think of anybody that wears masks all the time. I mean, I would think maybe in what do you call it, scientific place where they got all these germs and weird stuff around, but I think it's more for oxygen and stuff like that they're breathing in. But like I say, you don't wear a mask. When you wear a mask, that means you're in an area that could be contaminated. So now we're back to what I said. If you feel when you go to the store and these people around you are going to contaminate you, put on your mask. But to not have a mask on doesn't affect anybody. Now, if you're sick, you really need to have the mask on. You're keeping your germs to yourself. And that's when you go into the store, you have your mask on. And that's why when I see people wearing a mask, I automatically think they're sick people. And they're using proper manners by trying to contain their sickness instead of spreading it all out. And that's what I'm saying now when I see all these people with masks, I'm thinking, man, all you people sick? So, what's wrong with fresh air? And the mask limits the air. And it's supposed to if you're in a contaminated area. So that's why you don't wear a mask. But you do if you're sickly. You do so you don't spread your germs. Or you wear some kind of, you need this kind of, I don't know about that kind of stuff. If you were to get in, you can look at all the microscopic stuff, and you can start seeing all that. But I do know you don't want to breathe in carbon dioxide. So what can I say? Just like Hoi Chi, I am telling you stuff that you already know. You just didn't understand how it applied to your health. That's where I come up with blockages in the energy. These blockages came from somewhere. Well, you're wearing a mask and now you've got respiratory problems and you don't know why. I can think why. Normally, I'll find it because they have fluid on one side of the body because the kidney's not working. 90% of the people are like that. And that's why they get sick the older they get, the more frail they become. That's why. And it's simple things. We know we've got to get that because, like I say, all the fluid, we have fluid in our body. We're mostly fluid. That fluid captures all the fungus, bacteria, all the nasty stuff. It goes to the lymph glands, then it goes to the kidneys, and then it goes to the bladder, and then it's out. It's not that complicated. That's what I'm saying. I've been studied by doctors, and when I tell them, correct me if I'm wrong, they always tell me the same thing. We don't look at the body that way. And like I say, it's very simple, and it's stuff that, at least I was taught when I was a kid, how the body works. And then like I say, when I went to college, At 41 years old, I found out they don't know. All they're doing is repeating what they've been told, but they don't understand the body. That's what the Hoi Chi does, helps you understand. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.